Today, most NFTs are issued on the Ethereum blockchain, or rather comparable blockchains which support smart contracts, but the roots of NFTs go far back before the birth of Ethereum. Indeed, the first instance of something that is comparable to today's NFTs are something that's called colored coins on the Bitcoin blockchain. These colored coins didn't really catch on that much, but they definitely did play an extremely important role in the history of NFTs. Also, later on, there was a marketplace for NFTs called Counterparty, which was built on top of the Bitcoin blockchain. This was in 2014, and it saw the first appearance of NFTs which represent internet memes, a topic that of course became much more important later on. However, the real first wave of NFT hype and adoption and popularity happened in 2017. On the Ethereum blockchain. Now, one of the of course most important NFT collections ever, of course the largest one today, CryptoPunks, was created in June 2017. Back then, anyone who had an Ethereum wallet could claim a CryptoPunk for free, which to many of you ought to sound very strange, of course, given the fact that CryptoPunks fetch hundreds of thousands and indeed millions of dollars today. But yes, in the beginning, anyone could claim one for free. There were also some other collections that appeared in 2017, one important example being Ether Rocks. This collection, which features images of rocks in slightly different colors, was created in October 2017, but only a few of the total 100 NFTs were minted in 2017. The collection was more or less forgotten, and it was only rediscovered in 2021. Then the remaining rocks were quickly minted, and the collection took off due to its, of course, being one of the first NFTs, or at least one of the original 2017 era NFT collections. With the incredibly rapid rise of the hype around NFTs, some of these rocks managed to fetch several $1 million. Similar thing happened to CryptoPunks as well. In January 2021, the average selling price for a CryptoPunk was around $10,000. But by Q4 2021, this rose by 50x to be $500,000 for an average CryptoPunk, not of course the rarest one, but merely the average transaction. Given how quickly the hype around NFTs grew in 2021, it's no surprise that there were plenty of new collections sprouting up. In fact, for a while it was hardly possible to have one day without a new collection being minted. Many of these collections were unfortunately not very fit for long-term survival and long-term adoption, but there nevertheless were some interesting projects appearing in this period as well. Also in 2021, the use cases of NFTs expanded quite a bit. So rather than just being art or collectibles items, NFTs had a whole host of new use cases and utilities. So they were used for everything from liquidity positions in Uniswap v3, for example, to VIP passes and other social roles, indeed representing entire subcultures. As far as these new use cases are concerned, two which are particularly important are gaming and the metaverse. We'll talk more about the metaverse in the next lesson. But one important thing to consider is that these new applications changed the entire dynamic behind NFTs. Now, as long as NFTs were mostly used as collectibles and high-value art items, there was no problem having very high transaction fees, so NFTs pretty much remained almost exclusively on Ethereum. But when these new use cases appeared, there was suddenly the need to transact with NFTs much more often. Because of course, you're not going to sell and buy a Picasso as often as you're going to click something in a video game, to put it briefly. Now, this led to a rapid expansion of NFTs in other blockchains, so blockchains other than Ethereum, very notably Solana. And it even led to the creation of blockchains that are focused on NFTs as their primary use case. One extremely promising example of this is Affinity, Engine's Polkadot parachain, which focuses on NFTs and enables extremely quick transactions with low fees.